Okay, today we are going to be talking about Rqtmi 2 indicator tactics, and our focus is going to be on long entry time frame. That is our focus for today. So, but if you are here, if this is your first time of joining our technical analysis class, let me know by the word new on the chat. If this is your first time of joining our section on technical analysis, let me see the word new on the chat, please. Okay, King Olusheyi, you're welcome. You're welcome. Is there any other person? Any other person? Please, I need to know so I can know where to start from. So at the end of the day, you can get the value you want to see. Please, okay, just only one person on this call. Okay, however, I'm going to start the section today. Now, so my name is Coach Rod. My name is Coach Rod. You're welcome, all of you, you're welcome to this section. Today, we are going to talk about the two tactics indicator. This is our own style of trading. We make use of what we call the stochastic RSI. This is the spelling here called stochastic RSI. The stochastic RSI, and we make use of the auto Fibonacci retracement, or you call it auto Fibonacci numbers. So you want to, at this point, you want to take down some important information I'm going to be dropping, especially for you who is new to this call, please. So take note of everything I'll be saying this morning. So we make use of two indicators, which is the stochastic RSI and the auto Fibonacci retracement. Now, for the stochastic RSI, we are going to talk about it briefly, and for those who do not know what we use it for. The stochastic RSI helps us to know when to enter a particular trade. When to enter a particular trade. That is what stochastic RSI helps us to do. And it's a combination of four lines. We have this green line, we have the yellow line, and you can either yellow line or orange line. We have the red lines and we have the blue line. So for a layman, you call it red line, yellow line, red line, and the blue line. But here, we call this blue line the buyer zone. This is known as the buyer zone. While the red line is known as the seller zone. Then the orange line is known as 50% buyers and 50% sellers. So what it means is at this point, the decision of the sellers and buyer is at equilibrium. So that is what is happening here. Then the blue line is known as your RSI, which is known as relative strength index. RSI is known as relative strength index. So that is the meaning of all these lines you see. So the combination of the four lines is what is known as your stochastic RSI. And what does it help us to do? It helps us to know when to enter a trade. That is it. So you make use of this stochastic RSI alongside with the different time frames. So if you look up here, you have different time frames. You have the 1 minute time frame, you have the 2 minutes time frame, 3 minutes time frame, 5 minutes time frame, then down to the 1 day, 1 week, and 1 month time frame. So you make use of this stochastic RSI alongside with these time frames. So that is what we are going to be doing now. Now, for you to actually make use of this stochastic RSI effectively, there are conditions at which you make use of them. And we have those conditions. Now, like I said, we have what we call short entry, long entry, pro strategy. These are the ways we analyze. So today we are going to be talking about long entry. Long entry. I think last session was short entry. So for those of you who were not able to attend the last section, you should go and watch the recorded section. You should watch the recorded section. I think this class is recorded. Okay, yes. You should go and watch the recorded section, please. So for long entry, we are going to be working with time frames like, okay, for long entry, we are going to be using the stochastic to work with time frames like the 30 minutes. We work with 30 minutes, we work with the 30 minutes, we work with the 1 hour. We are going to work with 1 week, 1 week, this is 1 week, 1 day, 1 month. These are the time frames we use for long entry. So take note of these time frames. So for long entry, if I am making use of 30 minutes, so you want to write at this point, if I make use of 30 minutes, my confirmation, I will do a confirmation check on 1 hour. So what I will explain this. Then if I'm making use of the 1 hour, I'll do a confirmation check on, sorry, if I'm making use of the 30 minutes, I'll do a confirmation check on 1 day. 1 day, sorry, 1 day. If I'm making use of 1 hour, I'll do a confirmation check on 1 week. And if I'm making use of 4 hours, 4 hours, I'll do a confirmation check on 1 month. So you can write this down from 30 minutes to 1 day, from 1 day, from 1 hour to 1 week, from 4 hours to 1 month. Now, this 30 minutes is known as my short time frame. Short time frame. Short time frame. What we are talking about is long entry. Please take note, long entry. Don't confuse yourself. So under long entry, we have what is called short time frame. And we also have what is called long time frame. Long time frame. So either call it long time frame or confirmation time frame. Please take note of that. So if my 30 minutes is my short time frame, then my 1 day will be my long time frame or confirmation time frame. Please take note of that. If my 1 hour is my short time frame, then my 1 week will be my long time frame or confirmation time frame. And if my 4 hours is my short time frame, then my 1 month will be my long time frame or confirmation time frame. So while making use of this stochastic RSI, we are going to be using it alongside these different time frames. So take note of that, please. Now, there are conditions for short time frame. We have condition for short time frame and we have condition for long time frame or confirmation time frame. Using this stochastic RSI, there is condition for short time frame and long time frame, which we are going to be talking about those conditions now. Now, for short time frame, please, we have three conditions. Now, I've already stated that this is my RSI. Please, I've stated that this is my buyer zone. Please, this green line, buyer. This red line is my seller zone. While this yellow line or orange line is 50% sellers and 50% buyers, meaning the activities here is at equilibrium. The decision making here is at equilibrium. So now for a short time frame, I want to see my RSI. Number one, under short time frame, I want to see my RSI, which is this blue line on the buyer zone. I am just extending it here like this on the buyer zone. So let's assume that it has an extension and is touching the buyer zone. So I want to see my RSI touching the green line, which is known as the buyer zone. If I were you, I will write this down, these conditions down. I'm taking it slow for you to understand, please. Is that clear? So I want to see my RSI on the buyer's zone. Then the second condition is Hope you guys are seeing my screen. Let me extend my so you guys can appreciate it. Okay. So let's say this is an extension like this. Yes, I want to see it. First condition is I want to see my RSI touching the green line. So it should touch 0 and 50. Please, 0 and 50. So this is 0. 0 is at this point. Hope you can still hear me. 0 and 50. This yellow line is at 50. If I extend this yellow line, you see that is at 50. This very line here is at 50. Is at 50. So that is the second condition, that my RSI first condition should be touching this green line. Then second condition is you want to see it between 0 and 50. 0 and 50. Between 0 and 50. So 0 is somewhere here. Let me still take it up. Good. I just want you guys to understand between 0 and 50. So first condition, I want to see it at touching the green line. Second condition, I want to see between 0 and 50. So currently, from year to year is between 0 and 50. Now, and if you look at it very well, if I'm extending it here, what I'll be seeing is, if I extend it to this place, in between 0 and 10, maybe here is 9 point something. So currently is at 9.0 for instance. So I'm just using this for you guys to understand properly, because I don't have my trading view has expired. I don't want to do back testing. I want us to take live trade the way Coach Salsi does it. So I'm just using this to explain for you to understand better. So the first condition is that your RSI should be touching this green line. I hope that is clear. Second condition is that your RSI should be between 0 and 50. That is the second condition. So the third condition you want to see is that the third condition you want to see is that if your RSI has touched this line, let's say it has touched here, it has touched the green line and is between 0 and 50. The third condition you want to see is that it should be pointing up like this. Now, if it is pointing up, there's a conjunction to that third condition. Now, if it should be pointing up, it must be between 0 and 25. That is, if it is pointing up, it is not enough for it to point up. There's a conjunction to it that if it is pointing up, it should be between 0 and 25, meaning between 0 and 25. 25 is somewhere between 20 and 30. So that is how you want to see it, between 0 and 25. It should not exceed 0 and 25. That is the third condition. So anything that has made this third condition to exceed 25, that third condition is no longer valid. So these are the three conditions for short entry. And we are not expecting the three conditions to surface at the same time. At least any two of these conditions is valid. You can decide to enter your trade when you see any two of these conditions. So for short entry, I just gave you three conditions. One, it should be touching the green line. Two, the RSI should be between 0 and 50. Three, the RSI should be pointing up and should be between 0 and 25. Take note of that. And I said at least any two of these conditions is valid. That is for short entry. That's for short time frame. Now, for long time frame, what is the condition for long time frame? If you have written that down, we are going to be making use of this condition. For long time frame, you just want to see the RSI between 0 and 50, which is this yellow line is at 50. I want to see it between 0 and 50. Whether it is coming from up, or it is coming from down like this. If it's coming from up, like in this case, is between the green line and the yellow line. That is what you want to see, which is between 0 and 50. If it is coming from down like this and going, as far as between this line, this blue green line and this yellow line, it is also valid. That is what you want to see on your long time frame or confirmation time frame. So if you go on your short time frame and any of those three conditions, at least any two of those three conditions is valid on your short time frame, you cannot just go ahead to pick a trade. You need a confirmation on the longer time frame or confirmation time frame, and that confirmation should be telling you that your RSI is between the yellow line and the green line. Once that confirmation is met, you can come back to your short time frame and enter the trade. So that is how it works. So why do you want to check on a confirmation time frame? Just if you are analyzing on the 30 minutes time frame, and if the trade, peradventure the trade does not deliver within 30 minutes, within the next 1 day, 24 hours, you should be safe, or you should deliver if all things be equal, if there's no fundamental news that will alter the market. So that is how we do it. So that is how to use the stochastic RSI. I believe this is clear. So now, after knowing how to use this stochastic RSI, it is impossible for you to use just only one indicator. It is impossible for you to use only one indicator to pick a trade perfectly. So if you have used your RSI to analyze, if you have used your RSI and you've checked the shorter time frame, at least two of the condition is met, and you went to do a confirmation check on the longer time frame and you're seeing that condition met, and you have to come back to your shorter time frame to take entry, because I said it helps you to take entry. You cannot use stochastic RSI alone. You need the combination of two or more indicators. That is why we are talking about auto Fibonacci. So I just explained how to use stochastic RSI. Let's now talk about how to use auto Fibonacci, even when your stochastic RSI is giving you, telling you to enter the trade, but you need the help of auto Fibonacci to further pick a trade effectively. So how do you make use of auto Fibonacci? That is the point now. So which we are going to talk about before we now pick trades using that. Now, for auto Fibonacci, it has conditions. So, but first you have to understand what auto Fibonacci helps you to do. Like I said, stochastic RSI helps you to know when to enter a trade. What does auto Fibonacci helps you to do, or auto Fibonacci numbers helps you to do? It helps you to know when a time frame is an uptrend or a downtrend. It helps you to know when a particular time frame is an uptrend or a downtrend. So how do we know? Fine. Whenever you see zero at the bottom, in this case now we are on the 30 minutes time frame. Let's see if it is an uptrend or a downtrend. On the 30 minutes time frame, which is this, please. This is a 30 minutes time frame. That is where we are now. We want to see if this trade is an uptrend or a downtrend. So for a downtrend, you want to see 0% at the bottom. This is 0% at the bottom, then 100% at the top. 100% at the top. So if you have 0% at the bottom, 100% at the top, this is an uptrend. Sorry, this is a downtrend. Take note of this. Anytime you see 0% at the bottom and 100% at the top, it is a downtrend. It is a downtrend. To further confirm that this is a downtrend, you will see a diagonal line like this. Look at it. The diagonal line is projecting from top. This line is projecting from top to bottom like this. So it shows you it is a downtrend. So how do you know an uptrend? Let's check another time frame. For instance, the 1 hour time frame. Now, if you look at the 1 hour time frame, if you want to know if it is an uptrend or a downtrend, for an uptrend, you want to see 100% at the bottom and 0% at the top. This shows you is an uptrend. To further confirm is an uptrend, you see a diagonal line projecting from the bottom like this to the top. That is how you know it is an uptrend. Now, take note when analyzing from where the diagonal line terminates upward, you are not interested in all these candles before the diagonal line. The candles you are interested in is the candles after the diagonal line. These are the candles you are interested in. And of all the candles you are interested in, the candle you are most interested in is the current candle, which is this green one. This is the current candle. Okay, I don't think it's the current candle because, okay, for instance, this is the current candle up here. This is the current candle up here. This is the candle you are most interested in. So take note of that. I hope you guys are clear with that. So that is how to use both the stochastic RSI and the auto Fibonacci. Auto Fibonacci helps you to know when it's an uptrend and it's a downtrend. So now you have known when it's an uptrend, when it's a downtrend. Now for an uptrend, there's a condition. For an uptrend, there's a condition for an uptrend. We have condition for an uptrend, and for a downtrend, we have condition for a downtrend. Just like short time frame, we have condition, long time frame or confirmation time frame, we have condition. So we are going to be talking about the condition for uptrend and downtrend, but we are going to be talking about it while we are analyzing. So at this point, if it is clear so far, I need clear on the chart. Thank you. Who dropped this? Okay, thank you, Dollar Queen. Thanks for dropping this. So now the conditions are listed there already. So you can also check it while we are going about our activities. Now, if at this point you guys are clear, I need the word clear so I can proceed to what we have. I can proceed to the analysis for today. So now, let's pick any coin like okay, I believe everybody is clear, it's clearly understood. So pick, let's see any coin. Remember, we are considering long entry. Long entry, that is what we are considering. Long entry. I'm trying to do my screen. So now, yeah, we don't chase coin. Take note, we don't chase coin. We buy the dip and sell the pump. We buy the dip and sell the pump. So you go for the most deep coin. So when you are going for the most deep coin, the most deep coin we have here is Vana USDT. So you don't trade the most deep coin, the last one and second to the last. Why? It could be that these last two coins were the coins that were pumping in the last 24 hours in the to pawn or LDO to trade. Like this FIO was pumping in the last 24 hours. So because I've spotted it, I will not trade it because it might be, it will still go deep. It might still go deep. So let's take LDO for instance now. Let's see. Now, take notes. We are saying that we want to analyze on a longer time frame, longer entry rather. So for longer entry, I said if we are looking at 30 minutes, we will consider 1 day time frame as our confirmation. So I'll click on the 30 minutes. Let's see what our stochastic is saying on the 30 minutes, please. So now on the 30 minutes, where do I want to see my RSI? I gave you 3 conditions. First condition is I want to see my RSI touching the green line. So at this point, your RSI is nowhere close to the green line. It's on the seller zone, meaning none of these 3 conditions I gave you on the shorter time frame is met. Does it mean you're going to leave this trade? No, you are not going to leave this trade. The next you have to do, automatically 1 hour becomes your shorter time frame. I said if you are analyzing 1 hour as your shorter time frame, automatically 1 week becomes your longer time frame or confirmation time frame. So let's check on the 1 hour. Let's see if our conditions is met. Now, on the 1 hour, the condition is not also met. It's not also met because if 1 hour is our shorter time frame, for our shorter time frame, we want to see 3 conditions, and we say at least any 2 of these conditions should be met. So because the condition for shorter time frame is not met on the 1 hour, we are going to automatically make 4 hours a shorter time frame. Now, for the 4 hours, we want to see our stochastic, which is now our new shorter time frame. We want to see our stochastic RSI touching the buyer zone. Now, currently, it is not yet on our buyer zone. If you wait patiently, you are definitely going to see it. Yeah, if we wait patiently. So trading is all about patience. If you wait patiently, it's approaching the buyer zone. So once you see it on the buyer zone, it's touching the green line and it's between 0 and 20. Even if it is not pointing up and is not between 0 and 25, that third condition is not valid. You are good to go. We say at least any 2 of these conditions. So in this case, the condition for shorter time frame is not valid. At this point, that is when you have exhausted all your options. You cannot go and pick any other trade. So if you have any coin in mind, you can also drop it on the chat. Let me go through it also, please. If you have any coin in your mind, you can also drop it. So we are going to we are trading. We are going to do live trade, a live trade. Please, that is why I'm looking for a coin that meets the condition. Now, let's go back to we have. Okay, let me leave this coin. Let me check pawn. Okay, on the 30 minutes. You look at it on the 30 minutes, the RSI, which is 30 minutes our shorter time frame here, the RSI is nowhere close to the buyer zone. So we make 1 hour to be our next shorter time frame. 1 hour, our shorter time frame. Good. Now we are seeing at least 2 conditions. The first condition is that the RSI is on the buyer zone. Look at it, it's on the buyer zone. And if I trace it outward, it's currently on 11.0. So the second condition is that we want to see the RSI between 0 and 20, meaning the second condition is valid because it's at 11.0, so which is between 0 and 20. So our shorter time frame condition is met. Now, I said it's not enough for you to just enter into the trade. You need to do a confirmation check. So if you are taking 1 hour as a short time frame, your confirmation check should be 1 week. So we are coming back to 1 week to do a confirmation check. So on the 1 week, what is it like? Please, on the 1 week, good, perfect. Now, on the 1 week, we say we want to see our RSI between the yellow line and the green line, which is 50, between 0 and 50. So currently is at what? Is at 1.75, which is between 0 and 50. I said whether it is coming from up or it is coming from down to up, let it be between this line. So that means the condition on the 1 hour, which is shorter time frame, is met, and also the condition on the longer time frame, which is known as our confirmation time frame, is met. So we are good to go. So we have gotten the signal or indication to enter this trade on the 1 hour. Now, to enter this trade on the 1 hour, we cannot use only stochastic RSI to do that. We need the help of auto Fibonacci numbers or auto Fibonacci retracement. We combine the two together to pick that trade. Now, currently, what we are now on the auto Fibonacci to use auto Fibonacci alongside with our stochastic RSI. So remember, I said on the auto Fibonacci, it helps us to know on that particular time frame, like we are in the 1 hour time frame, it helps us to know if it is an uptrend or a downtrend. So for an uptrend, I told you when you see 100% at the bottom and 0% at the top, like in this case, let me widen my screen. Like in this case, we have 100% at the bottom and 0% at the top. This is an uptrend. To further confirm that it is an uptrend, you will see this diagonal line. Let me use trend lines instead of this. You see this diagonal line projecting from up, from down, bottom to the top, like this, to this top. Let me pin it. Let me use a line. So this is the diagonal line projecting from up to the. Now, for this, now just come here, use a vertical line to tell me where the diagonal line meet at the top. Just use a vertical line to put on top of that candle. Let me tick in the candle, sorry. So for at least you guys are seeing the candle now. Just put this line here. Let me use a color that is okay. Let me use black. See, this black line is on top of the candle. So now, why am I using this? I'm trying to just make you guys understand that don't be afraid of all these candles. You are not interested in these candles, please. All the candles before the diagonal line, all these candles, you are not interested. It is the candles after the diagonal line, these candles. So let me make it bold for you guys to see. Good. I think it's clear now. It is the candles after the diagonal lines that you are interested in. These are the candles you are interested in. Please, that was why I demarcated it. Immediately the line which the candle which the diagonal line meets at the top, if it's an uptrend, just put a vertical line on top of that candle. Forget about the candles before the diagonal line. Concentrate on the candles after the diagonal line. Now, of all the candles after the diagonal line, the candle you are most interested in is the current candle, which happens to be this candle. This is you will agree with me that this is the current candle. So of all the candles I said you are interested in, the candle you are most interested in is this current candle. Please take note of that. That is your focus. Now, I told you that there is a condition which they have sent to you there to look at it. So you can be going through it. Now, right now, we see our current candle is below the 78.6% line. So for an uptrend, you want to see the current candle anywhere on the 61.8% line or below the 61.8% line. Now, this is the 61.8% line I'm referring to. So you want to see your candle anywhere like this, anywhere below. So anywhere around this region, you go down, there are still more percentage. When you go down, anywhere around, you have 100% down. So anywhere below the 61.8% line, that is where you want to see for an uptrend. That's when you want to start considering the current candle to be. Take note of that. Now, in this case, we have the current candle below the 78 point, which is a good one for us. Remember, we said we want to see it anywhere below the 61.8% line. So 6 is around the 61.8% line and 100% line. So I'm coming, please. So since you have it below the 61.8% line, so we have it below the 61% line. So for a current candle, this is the condition. Please listen. We now already know that it's an uptrend. Now we now spot the current candle. Now we now know that anywhere, if we see a current candle between that current candle is between the 61.8% and 100% line. If you see it between the 61.8% and 100% line, this is what you do. You take your entry. Now, how do we take entry? Now, if you are trading yourself, you just come to this point. You enter from here. This is the current price of the candle. Please take note. This line is the current price, 0.0. So if you are trading yourself, it's simple. All you need to do is just put your entering point on that current price, and you take profit with your price range. This is your price range. Click on your price range. You draw it to the 61.8% line. This is the 1.8% line. Are you seeing it? 61.8% line. So now you take it at this current price, the current price. Once you take it at the current price, that is becomes your entering price. That is your entering price. You want to come out, your exit will be on the 61.8% line, which is 5.4. So if you want to come out fast, you can divide it into 2, which will give you 2.5. You come out from this place, 2.5. But if you are okay with the 5%, remember it's long entry, you want to take good profit. So you put it 5%. So if you have capital right now, you can trade this coin and take 5% of it from the current price. And it will deliver. This is a live trade, please. This is a live trade. If you can enter at this point, it will deliver just 5%. 5% is even before the 61.8% line. 5% is somewhere around here. So that is how it works. But now you see that we usually send preset price. How do we get that preset price, please? I know some people, when we send signal comes with preset price. Now for the signal that comes with preset price, this is what we do. Now currently is at 0.01131. Now we understand that not everybody might be online at that particular point to pick that signal. I will just leave an allowance somewhere around here, very close. So instead of sending signal of 0.01133, which is the current price, I will send 0.01128. The price will definitely come to eat the, see, it's coming back to eat it. So from here now, I will take that will now be my preset price, which you see on the signals. So I will now take from here. Now, so at this point, I'll take down to my 61.8%. So I've sent a preset price like this. So, but if you are trading by yourself, you can pick from the current price, and which is at this point, and you take your 5%, cool 5% at this point, and you're out. This is how to analyze a trade using long entry. So first, we looked at the short time frame condition on the RSI, which is our 1 hour. We saw 2 conditions was met. Then we went to check on the confirmation time frame, which is our 1 week. The condition was met. So the RSI is giving us a go ahead to enter this trade on the 1 hour. So we came to the 1 hour. The 1 hour, we cannot use only RSI to do that. We need the help of the auto Fibonacci to get that done. So how do we use it? Now we say auto Fibonacci helps us to know if it's an uptrend or a downtrend. So we came here and we looked on the 1 hour. Is it an uptrend? Is it an uptrend or a downtrend? How do we know? We said if we see 0 at the bottom, if we see 100% at the bottom rather, and 0% at the top, it is an uptrend. Further, you can also confirm using this diagonal line. You see it is projecting from bottom to the top. So at the top where the diagonal line meets any candle, that will be our termination point. So you put a vertical line on top of that candle. Then you say anything, any candle before that horizontal and diagonal line is not our interest. What we are interested in is the candles after the diagonal line. And of all the candles we are interested in the current candle. Now we want to know the position of the current candle. And we say for an uptrend, we want to see the current candle below the 61.8%. So right now is on the is below the 61.8%. So it's around, sorry, so right now is below the 61.8%, is around the 78.6%. So the condition for an uptrend now is that if you see the current candle between the 61.8% and the 100%, all you need to do from that point of the price of the current candle, take your entry and draw it to the 61.8%. 61.8% is your exit point. That is where you are going to come out. And if the profit is too big, is too large for you, divide it by 2, which is 2.5 in this case. You come out and put 2.5. So someone who is taking 5%, let's say we have a trader that is taking this 5%, and we have another trader that is taking 2.5%. Let's just assume it's 2.5. And we have another trader that is taking 3%. Between these traders, who will first come out of this trade? Who is most likely to come out of this trade if they bought at the same price? If they enter this trade at the same price. So obviously, the one that took 2.5 will come out faster than the one that took 3.26%. The one that took 3.26% will come out faster than the one that took 5.8%. So they will all come out of the trade, but at different times. But you will agree, the person that took 5% will make more money if they are using the same capital, will make more money than the one that took 2.5 and 3.6%. That is how it works here. So if this is clear, please, I need clear on the chart. So you can pick this trade and it will deliver your 5%, 2.5%, 3%, depending on what you want, please. Before we look for another trade, please, is this clear? I need a response on the chart. Is it clear before we look for another trade? If this is clear, if you are getting value, I need value on the chart, please. If you are getting value, I need value on the chart, please. So let's move, let's check. Someone can drop another coin. So it won't be like I'm the one picking a coin. So let's do it together. So this is the first analysis that we did. So we took 5%. I would have dropped this on the chart now. My WhatsApp. Okay. I don't know if, let me drop this live. Okay. So this is this. Anybody can trade this coin and it will deliver. Someone should drop a coin on the chart for me. Okay, King Williams. Okay, Peanut. Okay, let's look at it. Hope you can still see my screen. Hope you guys can still see my screen. Peanut.
Yes, you can.
Okay, that's good. Thank you, Dollar Queen. Now, remember I said something. We don't chase trade. We don't chase coin. Now, any coin that is already pumping, you don't chase it. We buy the dip and sell the pump, please. Like in the case of peanut, I won't chase it. It's already pumping. So what you do is you go down to look for any coin that has dipped. Now, when you are taking any coin that has dipped, do not take the last and the second to the last. Reason being that it could be that these were the coins that were pumping in the last 24 hours and they are still yet to even get to their deepest points. So you just leave the last and second to the last. You go for the third one, fourth, fifth, anyone. So King Williams, the reason why I'm not going with your peanut is because it's already pumping and we don't chase coin here. We buy low and sell high. If only you follow simple instructions, you will not be experiencing deep as that month, except maybe there's a manipulation in the market that is beyond our control. But if the market is, everything about the market is going smooth, there's no manipulation, there's no fundamental news. Once you pick a coin like this, it will deliver. Once you follow the rules, go for the most deep coin. Remember, for that coin to be down, any moment it can still go up. So imagine a coin doing minus 11.77%. If it pumps to about 3%, you are out. If it pumps to 4%, you are out. So that is why we encourage you to buy the dip and sell the pump. So let's look for another coin. If you still have, we can go through. Okay, let's check this RV USDT. Now, first thing you will do is you come to your short time frame. Remember I said it's long entry we are talking about. And our long entry will make use of the 30 minutes short time frame to the 1 day long time frame or confirmation time frame. We make use of the 1 hour short time frame and also the 1 week long time frame or confirmation time frame. And we make use of the 4-hour short time frame and the 1 month long time frame or confirmation time frame. That is what we use for long entry. So on the long entry, on the 30 minutes time frame, what we want to do is we want to check. Now we are on the 30 minutes time frame. What is our RSI saying? You see that our RSI is nowhere close to the buyer zone. I gave you 3 conditions for short entry. It's nowhere close to the buyer zone. So does it mean I'm going to leave this trade? No. I will automatically make my 1 hour to beat my new short time frame. Let's see if the condition is met. Now, if you can look at it that the condition is not met. Now, why? Is that it has touched the green line and it has gone up. Now, it's between 0 and 35 as it's pointing up. And it has also gone beyond 0 and 20. So what you are considering the tip of the RSI. The tip, it tells you the current state of the RSI, please. So it has gone. So it is not valid on the 1 hour. Are we going to leave this trade? No. We are going to check the last short time frame that we have, which is the 4 hours. On the 4 hours, we want to see that our RSI is touching the buyer zone, which is the green line, and we want to see it between 0 and 20. Currently, it's not touching. Currently, it's not between 0 and 20. And we want to see it pointing up and between 0. So none of these conditions are valid. So we check the next. We have exhausted all our short time frames. So check the next. Let's check on Tron. What is Tron doing? Good. On the 4 hours, you see that Tron is touching the green line. Oh, yes. It's touching the green line. Is between 0 and 20, currently on 5.74. If you look at 5.74, the only condition I'm not seeing is it's not yet pointing up and it's not between 0 and 25. So I said no problem. At least any 2 of these conditions is valid. So the next thing is, since I'm using 4 hours as my shorter time frame, what becomes my longer time frame or confirmation time frame is 1 month. So on the 1 month, what do I want to see? There is no information. You guys will agree with me that this Trump coin just came up recently. Trump coin just came up recently, so no more information on the 1 month. So we leave, we check, let's go back to 1 hour. Let's see. 1 hour condition is not met. 30 minutes condition is not also met. Let's check Dogecoin. On the 30 minutes condition is not met. We'll come back to the 1 hour condition is not met. You guys can check from your end and tell me instead of me wasting. Let's check on option. Now auction USDT on the 1 hour, on the 4 hours, yes, we have the condition met. At least 2 conditions we are seeing. Then coming to our confirmation time frame, which is our longer time frame, which is 1 month. you see that on the 1 month, which is our confirmation, the condition is met. We said we want to see the RSI between the green line and the yellow line, which is between 0 and 50. So currently, we are seeing it between 0 and 50. So we have to go back to our shorter time frame, which is the 4 hour, to pick our trade. Then I said we cannot use this stochastic RSI alone. We need the combination of auto Fibonacci on that 4 hour time frame. So once we come to the auto Fibonacci, what are we looking out for on the auto Fibonacci? We want to know first thing you want to know, is it an uptrend or a downtrend? So what do you want to know? Now, how do you know it's an uptrend or a downtrend? Now, we say if you see 0% at the bottom and 100% at the top, this is a downtrend. It means it's a downtrend. And I said, for you to further confirm that it is a downtrend, for you to further confirm that it is a downtrend, you will see a diagonal line projecting from the top. A diagonal line is projecting from the top to the bottom. So let's locate it from top to bottom. That is it. That is the diagonal line. Now, and I said, once you have plotted the diagonal line, the point at which the diagonal line meets the candle at the bottom, since it's a downtrend, you put a vertical line there, which is this black line. Excuse me, please. Someone's at my door. Let me check. Okay. So sorry about that. I just have a visitor now. Okay, so once you are able to spot that candle, I told you guys that any candles, all the candles before the diagonal line, you are not interested in these candles. Like I said, all these candles, you are not interested in it. The candles you are interested in are these candles after the diagonal lines. So candles before the diagonal line, you are not interested. But after the diagonal line, these are the candles you are interested in. And I said, of all the candles I said you are interested in, the candle you are most interested in is the current candle. Now, since you have spotted the current candle, what you want to know now is, the position of the current candle. That is what we tell you the condition. So for the condition for a downtrend, when the current candle is between the minus 23.6% line, let me extend this so I'll show you guys. So you see that now you want, for a downtrend, just like for an uptrend, you want to see the current candle below the 61.8% line. For a downtrend, you want to see the current candle below the minus 20. You want to see the current candle below the minus 23.6% line. So currently it is below it. Now for a downtrend, there is condition for a downtrend. So if the current candle is between the minus 23% line and minus 61% line, minus 23% line and minus 61% line, what you will do is you will draw from this point now. If you are taking here as your entry, if you are taking here as your entry point, you will draw the line, your take profit to the 23.6% minus 23 points. Sorry, you will draw the current your take profit to minus to your 23.6% line. 23.6% line. This is it, which will give you 14%. Now 14%. If you cannot wait because of time, people don't have patience, this 14.5% can deliver, but because you don't have patience, divide it into 2, which is about 7%. So 7% would be around here on the 0% line, which is 8%. You can bring it down to 5% or 7% around this point, and this becomes your exit point. So let's leave it at 7%. So if you extend it now between minus 3%, if you see your current candle is between minus 23.6% and minus 61.8%. No, sorry, if it's between minus 23.6% and minus 38.2%, you want to draw your price range. You enter at that becomes you spot your entering point and you enter at that entering price, and you want to take profit at the 23.6% line. Now 14.8% is too much for people. Some people are comfortable with it. In fact, all these SMC guys, the smart money concept guys, they don't the kind of percentage they take, but we retailers, we don't have that patience. So you divide this 14.85 into 2 places, which will come as roughly 7 point something, but just take 7% and you're out. Or you can even take 5% and you're out. 7% is here and you're out. So this becomes your exit point. This is when you are going to come out of the trade. So I think that is that. So you can follow those conditions sent to you on the chart and you will get result. So we have been able to analyze 2 points using uptrend and downtrend. So that is how it works. So any question, please, if you have any question, drop your question. So before we can end the section for today, I believe you guys have gotten value. If you have gotten value from this section, I need the word value on the chart. If you got value from this section, I need the word value on the chart. Just okay. If you got value from this section, I need the word value on the chart. So if there's any question before we end this section, please kindly ask your question. If there is any section before we end this class, if there's any question before we end this section, kindly drop your questions on the chat. Let me attend to them. Queen Choma, you're welcome. Queen Informa, you're welcome. Please, if there's any question on the chat, I believe this is properly understood. So I believe everybody understood this section, this class. Okay, in the absence of no more question, we are going to end the section for today, because what I'm meant to teach today is only long entry from the instruction given to me. So maybe our next section, we are going to talk about the pro strategy because of time's sake. Thank you everyone for making it out here to be in this section. Do have a lovely day ahead of you. Thank you. Have a blessed week, and bye from now.